Hi guys, welcome back to Honeybee's Hive. I'm Honeybee. So I'm sitting here, I am actually working right now. I had something on my mind and I just kind of felt like I wanted to, discuss it, get it off my mind and, talk about it. First off, if you're noticing my crazy ladybugs and flowers and bright yellow around my neck, I got a new brace. I went to the doctor yesterday and I am now wearing a soft brace instead of the hard brace. So I'm excited about that. I slept really good last night, finally. So that's that. So that's why I'm wearing the ladybug with flowers and bright yellow thingy around the neck. That's what that is. But like I said, I'm Honeybee. And now you can just expect things like this from me. I showed my mom and she was like, yeah, of course. You just had to jazz it up. It's just white, okay? It was just a white brace, big old foam thing going around my neck. And it is still, not that desirable. But I put this around it. This is a oh, what's that material? It's soft, cushiony. So it does the brace itself is just this white. It was kind of scratchy, so this feels so much better. I forgot what the name of this material is. It's always on sale at Joann's, but this is what I got, and I got plenty of it, so I put this on. But anyway, I wanted to talk to you today. I don't know, I've been watching videos and the news and stuff like that. And I've noticed there's been a lot of suicide. I want to talk about that. I want to talk about my experience with it. So, my experience is that I actually did. I actually did attempt suicide several times when I was younger. I believe it was about, I want to say I started around junior high. Is when I started trying to commit suicide. And, I'm going to have to move the angle. I don't know, I'll leave it right there. So anyway, I started about junior high. I remember, I think, I try to think, where did I get the idea? And I'm thinking, you know what? I did not start until junior high. And if I remember correctly, you know what? I think I got the idea from the after school special. I was going to hit my knee again. I really do. I think I did got the idea from there. I got a lot of ideas from the after school special. And I did try them. The running away thing, I tried that. When I was little, when we come home from school, they would always have this after school special that would come on. And it would show, I don't know, it was supposed to be a lesson that we were supposed to learn. I think I got the wrong lesson. Because I remember there was the one when the girl had committed suicide. And I can't remember exactly how that one went, but I did that. Actually, that one stuck with me because I tried a number of times. And I even weighed in my head the best options, the best way. And of course, I could not inflict pain or harm, or I couldn't couldn't slit my wrist or anything. I'm not a cutter, so I did not slit my wrist. I don't like pain. I didn't have a gun, so I couldn't shoot myself. I don't know that I would had either. I'm kind of scared of guns, so I don't think that was an option for me either. Um, there was another after school special. I remember about, I don't know, I guess the girl had ran away. It was a teen or whatever. She had run away, and she had gotten rides from different truckers and stuff, and she went away and found new towns and stuff. Yeah, I tried that too. I didn't get far. I got a few blocks from the school from where I started from. Obviously, I didn't get too far. Ate all my peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, and yeah, I was hungry. So, and then there was, I remember another one where the girl snuck into her parents' bar, mini bar, and and she had her, oh, she was an alcoholic, so she was drinking her folks' stash, and then she was filling the bottles back up with water. So I tried that too. I went into the, my mother's mini bar, and I mean, with the way she was drinking it, she made it look so good. So I did that. It was not good. So that was something that I did not. I tried it, but I didn't like it. So that one didn't stick with me. But as I said, I think I got the wrong ideas from the after school specials, where it was a lesson I should have learned. Maybe not to do those things, but I don't know. My curiosity was a little different. I mean, just made me want to try it. So, but the suicide one, that's the one I want to talk about. So, I guess, no matter where I got the idea from, or where anyone else get the idea from, they get the idea. And that one stuck with me. Had I never seen that, I don't know. I mean, suicide probably would have eventually come across my radar at some point. Eventually it would have. So it was just, it was, I think it was eventually going to happen. But that was where I got the idea for suicide. Didn't really realize that until momentarily I was thinking about it. Because I tell my son all the time about them after school specials. I was like, yeah, I kind of learned the wrong things from them. I don't know, maybe they helped somebody else out there, but yeah, they didn't really help me. But yeah, anyway, back to suicide. So suicide, for me, it was not something that I thought long and hard about. It wasn't something that I took time to think about, other than how I wanted to do it. And so what I came up with was pills. I figured, that would be the easiest way to commit suicide, would be to swallow a bunch of pills. Did I leave warning signs? I don't know. Did I leave any letters? No. Did I talk about it? No. Nope. Did I talk about it to my friends? Nope. No, did not. Actually, I went to school and pretend like everything was a-okay. I did not want anyone to know about what was going on with me. To me, it was embarrassing. As a kid, it was about junior high time. So I did not want. I was ashamed, and I was embarrassed. So because and not, of course, and not understanding that none of this was my fault that I was going through, but not, you know, wanting to talk about it either. So that's another thing too. I think suicide is different for everyone. And that's another thing I want to talk to you about too is mental illness. Mental illness does not discriminate. It does not care who you are. Doesn't care how much money you have, how much money you don't have. Doesn't care who your parents are. Doesn't care if you have parents or don't have parents. Doesn't care what race you are. Mental illness can be anyone, you know. And that's the thing. You don't always know. You, like I said, I did not go to school. I didn't talk about anything. I would probably say that at that point, my mental illness was depression. Yeah, I would have to say that it was depression. And as far as school goes, I was in activities. I was in like, I ran track. I was trying to be a cheerleader. I was on the whatever it's called. We had to in order to be a cheerleader during junior high. We didn't have junior high cheerleaders, so we did, but you had to be in the 8th grade in order to be a cheerleader. So I wasn't in the 8th grade yet, so I wanted to be a cheerleader when I got in the 8th grade. So what I did was I had started practicing. I started doing everything that I needed to do, being what was it called? The pep squad. So we had a pep squad. So that was one of the requirements. You had to be on the pep squad. And I was. I went to all the football games and everything. So I'm doing everything normal that a normal child would do. Okay. Schoolwork. I did junior high. Did. I'm trying to think. I did get into trouble in junior high. I'm trying to think what type of trouble. I think it was more of a class clown. Yeah, I think I was more of a class clown in junior high, which was something I never did before. So that was new. So maybe I was getting a personality because I don't think I had one prior. Honestly, yeah, I don't think I really did. So I think junior high, I was kind of like coming into my own and becoming who I am going to be. Getting a personality, getting a sense of humor and stuff like that. So, but yeah, I did get into trouble. I did get into trouble in school. Yeah, I remember I had this junior high teacher, and he was this tall, bald black man, and for some reason, he reminded me of GI Joe. So I would call him GI Joe, and when I was, when he said not to call him GI Joe, so I'm like, okay, then call him GI Joe. But I would sing the GI Joe song, so niggas gonna know I'm getting a paddle. So yeah, I stayed in trouble. I don't know why I did that. I don't know why. I would just ask questions in class, questions that irrelevant, or I might ask to repeat something, and then ask to repeat it again and again and again and again. Yeah, I was that person. But yeah, during this whole time, I think when I did run away, though, that had changed. That my behavior did change a little bit that day, and up until that point. I mean, because in my mind, I had been thinking how to get away. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to get away. I just wanted to get away. Just wanted to get away from my situation. That was it. And so, Suicide. I don't remember if I tried to suicide before or after I ran away, but um, the runaway thing didn't work. Didn't work out for me. Even if anyone even listened to me. Um, the suicide thing, I don't think anyone even noticed. Because I would try to commit suicide. I would like swallow a whole bottle of pills, whatever I could find, mixture of everything. Do you hear me? I don't know what I took. And but I do remember it would make me so sick that I didn't even get a chance to go to sleep because I would immediately throw it all back up. And I would be throwing up, oh God, forever. So that I do remember. That part sucks. Because it's like you throwing up and then you still throwing up and ain't nothing coming up. So that I don't like throwing up to this day. I can't. There's one thing I cannot tolerate is stomach pain, upset stomachs and stuff like that. For me, it's horrible. I can't tolerate it. I just want to crawl out of my skin and just die. I can't. I can't take it. Um, I don't think I would ever do that again. At least try to commit suicide in that way. But what I was saying is that I didn't think about it. I didn't. I just did it. I mean, it wasn't like I thought about it all day or if I thought about it for weeks or days on end. No, I just did it. Um, I'd be at a limit, and that was my answer. I don't know what something, maybe the abuse might have happened. And then I went and I would try to maybe. I really don't remember. I just remember how many times I tried and how many times I failed. And I know I would think, what am I doing wrong? I still think, what the heck was I doing wrong? Because it just was not happening. Now, when I got in high school, I just decided I wasn't going to do that again. That I had I had I was thinking that I only had, 4 more years, if that. And honestly, my last year of high school, or maybe my second year of high school, I started looking for an apartment with a friend. We started trying to figure out, how to get out and get away. Yeah, I did. So, unfortunately, I was in my head. I was always thinking, how are we going to pay for? How are we going to pay the rent? How? What are we going to eat? How are we going to eat? How are we going to pay the bills? I don't know. By then, my mind is thinking all about so much other stuff that, yeah, that didn't happen. But what did come in my mind is that I didn't have long to go and I would be free. So then I started thinking, I don't know, I got hope. It's like at times I would have hope. There were times I didn't have hope. But I had hope that there was an end, that I would not be stuck in that situation forever. Whereas, like junior high and elementary, all I could see or felt is that I was going to be stuck there forever. And I could not get out. I'm crying for help and no one would listen. But in high school, I mean, you only have a few more years when you're an adult. So, yeah, you go off to college or you go wherever, but you don't have to stay there no more. So And even though she did try to keep me there, and oh my gosh, yeah. But but I was stronger. I grew stronger mentally, and I just kept getting stronger. And as I got stronger, um, I didn't, suicide wasn't an option for me anymore. But it did come up again later on in life. Actually, a couple of times. The thought popped in my head, and it was an instant to where it was like I could have, I think that I really could have. Did I? Well, obviously I'm here, so no. Um, I had lost, the one that I remember is I had lost everything I had been working so hard for. And in an instant, it was gone. And the situation, what had happened, was something that had happened to my child. And it was something that you don't want to ever happen to your child. And that was hard for me. It was very, very hard for me. And it just took me back to being helpless and being not knowing what to do, because it's like I don't. And I didn't know what to do. And then I ended up losing everything because of me not being able to handle that. And we ended up in the shelter because I lost my home and I lost everything. So when that happened, I just felt even more hopeless. And I remember thinking, and I remember seeing all the cars crossing the street. And in that moment, I was thinking, you know, that's an answer. And I think I did try to go out into the traffic with my son. Yeah, with my son. But I don't know. I didn't make it. But yeah, it's not something I think about. It's something I thought about. I don't know about others. But yeah, it wasn't something that I gave time to think about. It's just something, just did it. So I did not that time, of course. Um, I'm trying to think if there's any other times. I mean, I don't think so. But the situation, I know I've been in situations like, I don't like when I feel like I'm backed into a corner. When I get that feeling like I'm backed into a corner, and I get the feeling of hopelessness and I don't know what to do, I do panic. And I don't know. I mean, I can't say. And what backs me into the corner, I don't know. It could be anything. Um, I'm sure it's different for everyone. Why am I like this? I don't know. I don't know. Why am I like this? um, Maybe it's all the abuse. I don't know. No, but I don't think I'm strong. I think I'm so very weak. But I do keep trying. Um, I always felt, later on, and I got older, and I had my son, who was like my, he was, he was like my, he saved my life pretty much because before I had him, I was, um, I was in a horrible relationship and just trying to escape home and just a feeling of having no one. And I wanted someone, to love me, for me to be able to love. I wanted something, I wanted that family. I don't know, I just wanted something. So, actually, I was on my way on the road again. I was just about to head out. And I found out that I was pregnant. And I remember that that was the most amazing feeling. And then they told me, then I found out it was a boy, and I was like, wow. I mean, you know what? I really don't think I would have cared what it was. But when I found out that I was pregnant, I was so happy. Something inside of me just was, oh my God, it was a happiness, a joy that was felt deep within me. And I could not keep from smiling. I mean, you could not. And I'm sitting up here, and I was at Planned Parenthood because I went and got my maternity test at Planned Parenthood, and I'm sitting up here thinking, here I am, young, unmarried, and I'm like ashamed, and I know I'm not supposed to be happy. This is not supposed to be a good thing, right? So, but at the same time, I can't stop smiling. I can't keep this smile off of my face. It was just so wide. And I could not stop it. I remember that. Oh my goodness. And yeah, I always, I enjoyed him. I enjoyed being his mom. I really did. And I tell him today, I was like, I don't think I did a very good job. I really, because I didn't put everything together. I did not think about what comes into being a mom. I didn't think about, what you need to take care of a child. Job, a roof over his head. You got to feed him. You got to clothe him. All these things that you got to do. And I did not think about any of those things. I mean, he wasn't planned. So, and then I don't know, I was happy to be a mom, but I was not prepared by no means. So it was hard. It was very hard. Oh man, and my family did not make it any easier. So, but whatever, it is what it is. I don't have to deal with them no more. No, I don't, and I don't. But I just want to talk to you guys about suicide and that I don't know that it ever goes away. That feeling. I don't know if I don't know what triggers it. I don't know what brings it on. I don't. I mean, because one minute you can be happy, you can be smiling and laughing and hanging out with your loved ones. And then tomorrow you can be feeling hopeless. for me, it can be like it can be, okay, like now I'm dealing with, some issues with my job. So that is very, it is a lot for me. And it brings on a feeling of darkness, if, that's what I call it, darkness. And it takes me to that dark place that I don't like to be, but it takes me there. And so, like, I can be, hanging out with you guys. I can be hanging out with, loved ones, friends, whatever, doing my thing. And then the next minute, say that it's the weekend, come Sunday or whenever, I start thinking about work. And I start thinking about the bull crap that I got to deal with. And immediately I can get that darkness that is like a veil just it comes over me. And it's hard for me to come out of it. It's really is hard for me to come out of it. And it's like I just want to. It happened to me because technically I was supposed to came back to work a week before last, and I did not because immediately I got hit with something, and immediately, and it was like, I'm trying to come back to work, and because for you guys that don't know, I've been dealing with some crap with my job, and before I had the surgery and everything, and they've just been total buttholes. But, yeah, this whole thing is they just been buttholes about it. And so it's stressful for me. But like the other week, I'm feeling a little bit better and I want to go to work. So I'm trying to go to work, and then I'm like telling them, talking to them, trying to find out, and then what I find out basically is I'm still at the same place I was with them before I left, and still them not working with me, or not even trying to work with me, or not, just being, I don't even know what to say, how to say it, but yeah, just not wanting to work with me and not giving me any options. And the options that I do have, they're not responding back to me. So, they're backed up. So then I'm like, what am I supposed to do in the meantime, So yeah, so that it just immediately, I just couldn't deal with it. And I went to that dark place. And I was there for a while, and I could not even think about, because when I would think about it, and it was like, my son, he had to talk to me. He was like, you know what? He really had to talk me down, okay? Because I was like, I was just like, let me see. I was right there in the moment. And I just kept repeating the feeling. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. I just kept repeating it and repeating it. I was in repeat mode of feeling how I felt at that moment. Repeating it and repeating it and repeating it. And then then I would think about coming to work the next day, or at any point, I would go into that repeat mode. And when I go into that repeat mode, it's like someone, you're excited, you're wanting to do something, and then they come along and you get slapped in the face, and they're telling you, and it's like, get down. No. And you're like, what? Okay. Startled, shocked, confused, hurt. Yeah, those feelings is what I felt. That's what it felt like. Just a slap in the face. Yeah. So I just kept feeling it over and over and over and over and over and over again. And I still will go back there, but I'm actually taking something, so that's the reason why I feel better. So I take something. Yeah, I did. My doctor gave me something to help with this, and I guess they're anxiety attacks, whatever. So I am taking something for it. So if I was not taking something for it, I don't know where I would be and what situation I would be in. So I don't know what options I would have took. I just don't know if I'd be sitting here talking to you like this. But yeah, I'm actually taking something. I'm taking something called hydroxyzine, and along with my other prescriptions, Soloved. So, and I've been taking it, as needed, a couple times a day. It helps. It really does. It helps me to not take it so seriously. It helps me to be able to think through instead of reacting. Yeah, it helps me to see like the bigger picture. Like I can actually see that there is a big picture, whereas before I couldn't see it. So it helps. And that was what I started doing. I started taking my hydroxyzine like immediately. And it took me a while. It took me about a week before I could, you know, get back into the game. But yeah, I just want to talk to you guys about that, about suicide, and that my experience with it, and my ongoing experience with mental illness and dealing with thoughts of suicide. I honestly can't say what I hope. I would never try that again. But I don't know. I can't. If a while ago, if you had asked me a few years ago, I probably would have said, no, 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 I would never try to commit suicide. But it was because I wasn't really thinking or remembering the times that I had. And it was probably just a year or so ago. So, but now I am making myself aware of how I feel. And I think that that is better because I am dealing with it and I am addressing it and I am facing it. Yeah, I guess you say I'm facing my own demons. Not all of them. Not all of them. Mm-mm. Just the ones I can handle. But yeah, just want to talk to you guys about that. It was on my mind, and I kind of felt, if it's on my mind, and you never know, this might help somebody else out there, and if you know someone else who might deal with depression or anything like that, please share this video with them. Maybe me talking about it can help somebody else. There is help out there. And if you guys want to leave a comment about your experiences, your feelings about this topic, please, by all means, do so. Let's talk about suicide. I love you guys. I thank you, and I thank you for your prayers. I thank you for your support. You guys are great. And I'm doing better. Look. Yeah, I'm moving a little bit. I can't quite move to the side, but I'm getting there.